Hi, Bob Fitrakis with the Columbus Free Press, thefreepress.org. Just posted an article arguing that calling the Democratic Party Democratic Socialists is absurd because the Democratic Party isn't half that good. In fact, the Democratic Socialists have an honorable history in the United States. The legendary Eugene Victor Debs, Norman Thomas, and the architect of the war on poverty, Michael Harrington. And Michael Harrington was actually quite fond of telling the story the time he appeared before Senator Humphrey on the question of the Humphrey-Hawkins full employment bill. And the dying Senator Humphrey asked him, "Is this bill socialist?" And Michael was fond of saying the obvious. "It's not half that good, Senator." And neither is Obama. Obama, for the most part, is a centrist. He's triangulating like Bill Clinton, occasional gesture towards the left, the Social Democrats, Democratic Socialists, Democratic left, eco-green forces, a gesture here, but primarily governing from the middle and trying to block out by occasionally using some buzzwords from the right. So, I wish we were social democrats. Then instead of 48 million Americans being without health care, no Americans would be without health care. We'd have 4 to 8 weeks of paid vacation. We'd have a 35-hour work week, which is exactly what we need to create full employment in this country. As the technology improves, we need to lower the work week. We also need to be principled democratic socialist in the sense of Eugene Victor Debs, who knew what torture was and spoke out against it in World War I. And Norman Thomas, the great Presbyterian minister from Marion, Ohio, who wrote that famous book, Is Conscience a Crime? And who Martin Luther King called the bravest man I ever met. Norman Thomas spoke out when Mennonites and Amish and other religious pacifists were being strung up by their thumbs and tortured during World War I. He also spoke out for allowing Jews to immigrate to the United States during the Third Reich in Nazi Germany. One of the few politicians that stood up and said, let the Jewish people come here because they're being slaughtered, killed, discriminated against in Germany and in Europe. So, I wish it were true. I wish Obama were a democratic leftist or a European social democrat or a democratic socialist. But indeed, he's really just another corporate capitalist, flirting with heavy debt, bailing out the largest investment banks and the brokerages that destroyed this country. So let's hope one day we can actually call the opposition party or the party in power, the Democrats, a social democratic party, because they would have socialized capital. They would have given it to the credit unions where the boards are democratically elected. They would have relocalized instead of pandering to and given the largest welfare check in history to the people who looted and destroyed our economy. This is Dr. Bob Fitrakis, and by the way, the author of The Idea of Democratic Socialism in America and the Decline of the Socialist Party, giving you some food for thought. Obama, a democratic socialist, he's not half that good. I wish he were Ike. Now, there were some progressive tax policies and a new Marshall Plan for the United States. And I can only dream he'd be a pale imitation of FDR. Let's hope.